Good stuff. Johnny Mac, we have breaking news here on Birds 365. Breaking news, everybody. The Philadelphia Eagles have officially hired their new quarterbacks coach, and it is not Nunzio Campanile, unfortunately, but Scot Loeffler is being named the new quarterback coach of the Philadelphia Eagles.
Nunzio, come on.
Yeah, I know. As a former Michigan quarterback, he's been the head coach at Bowling Green State University the past 6 seasons. Led them to a bowl game the last 3 years.
By the way, start thinking about the Fanning kid from Bowling Green.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
The tight end. That's right.
Yeah. So, hey, head coach at the college level, as you mentioned, quarterback, generally you got to play quarterback to be a quarterback coach. Thought maybe they would have to go to the college ranks, so that part doesn't surprise me. Anytime you see a head coach, even at Bowling Green, but college has changed. A lot of people want out of college. I talked about it last year on the show because of the NIL stuff, and they just don't want to deal with it. I remember he was at Temple, I think, at one point.
Yes, he was OC quarterback coach at Temple in 2011, Johnny Mac. Well done by you.
Yeah, I used to cover Temple a little bit back in that era. That's why I kind of remember the name. But so many people have gone through Temple over the years, surprisingly amount. But yeah, I mean, hey, we'll see how it works out. But pretty good name, I would say. Understanding.
I kind of like that they went with like a head coach in college. I know it's not a huge program, but I like that. I think that's good experience. I think that's a good thing to bring into their coaching staff. Maybe that's pie in the sky, but I like that part of it.
Yeah, it's a little bit unconventional, but you have to do it late in the process. I always go back to Gunnar Brewer as a wide receivers coach. They were late in the process and probably didn't work out the way they would have liked bringing him from the college ranks. But I do think a head coach is a little bit different, and he's played the position at a big time school, obviously in Michigan. He's coached it a bunch. Yeah, you could do worse. I don't have a problem with that. And we'll see how, obviously, when it comes to working with quarterbacks day to day, a lot of it is the personal relationships. And Nick talked about that out there, the personal connection. Are they good people? You gotta work with young men. So, but leadership, you're a head coach. So that's a position that demands leadership. So, and so does being a quarterback on the field. There's I would say this checks a lot of boxes.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. They go outside hire for the quarterback coach, as we assumed that they would do. Just 1 year, John, of NFL coaching experience for Scot Loeffler. He was the quarterback coach of the Lions in 2008. You mentioned he was with Temple in 2011. So a lot of work in college. I think he's actually done really good at Bowling Green. 6 years, 3 straight years, last 3 years of bowl games. I mean, that's not Texas or Alabama or Michigan you're talking about there. That's a pretty good job with that program. So
yeah, he started out. I'm looking at it. He's 27-41, 0-3 in bowls. But again, it's Bowling Green to get Bowling Green. To get Bowling Green to a bowl game is pretty impressive. And they're 6-7, 7-6, 7-6. So they're not killing it, but that's pretty good. There are certain programs, that are difficult to turn around. So I'm not going to hold that against them. But I remember thinking, what is Green Bay doing hiring Halfley from Boston College as a head? That worked out pretty well for them.
Yeah, it did. I remember I remember we were discussing that because of the week 1 game, where we had to play them. And we didn't know anything about Halfley at that point.
No. So, we'll see how he fits in. Going from a head coach, even at college, to being a position coach is quite the change. But I would think he just wanted out of the college ranks, and who could blame him? Yeah. and
You
we'll
know, I
see
want
how
to
it
look
works.
what I want to look into here, John, real quick before we close up this segment and move on. I got a couple other topics I do want to bring up with you, and some stuff coming out of Indianapolis I just saw that we'll talk about as well. But I'm trying to look at the quarterback. So Connor Bazelak. I was trying to see if he was a dual threat quarterback at Bowling Green State, but it doesn't look like he was.
Uh-oh.
Not that that matters that much. Yeah. Wow. 6-year guy. He had, okay. This is hilarious. Are you ready for this? Okay. Oh my God. Is this true? All right. So I was looking at, is it a dual threat quarterback that Scot Loeffler is working with? Because that's what Jalen Hurts is. His quarterback last year had 48 carries for minus 91 yards. Oh no. 48
Well, yeah,
carries
at
for minus
college,
91.
for those who don't know, college does their statistics differently. So,
Okay, how? Because he has 4 straight years of negative running.
yeah, sacks count as lost yardage in college. It doesn't for the NFL, lost rushing yardage. So, you see a bunch of those crazy quarterback shitty rushing
right.
numbers in college. It's just the way they do the numbers. So I wouldn't be too concerned about that. Other than, yeah, clearly he's not
dual threat. Yeah,
a running quarterback. But again, nobody's trying to teach Jalen Hurts the dual threat aspect of it. You're trying to evolve the other aspect of it. So I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing.
Okay, that's good. Connor Bazelak is the Bowling Green quarterback, so get a little shout out for him on the coach today. But Scot Loeffler officially hired as the Philadelphia Eagles quarterback coach. And John, have we reached the conclusion of the staff? Is there anybody else to fill out now?
What assistant offensive line, quarterbacks coach, offensive coordinator. Now, unless they want to add somebody, they'll always add and tweak.
Right.
I'm sure when they put it out, you'll see some guys getting promotions. You'll see some of those bullshit titles, run game specialist, associate head coach. They probably won't give that out now that Kevin's the offensive coordinator, or they might keep him as associate head coach. Who knows? But yeah, I'm sure they'll have some promotions, and they can always add a lower level coach, quality control guy, something like that. They tend to bring somebody in if Nick likes a younger coach or whatever. But those are the big ones that have been filled, and obviously the biggest offensive coordinator, which went the way we thought, and quarterbacks coach, which I didn't know who they were going to go for, but pretty good indication it was going to come from the college level, and it did.
Okay, so power rankings for names of quarterback coach candidates. Nunzio Campanile is going to come in at the top. Unfortunately, he did not get the job, but he leads our power rankings on names.
Yeah, where's Big Dom? Big Dom. Why did you get Nunzio the job?
I know, man. Nunzio Campanile, that would have been a good one. But no, so your quarterback coach is hired. Just to give you guys a little bit of info on him, former quarterback at Michigan from 93 to 96. And then he spent 2000 to 2018 as a quarterback coach or offensive coordinator with a bunch of different programs. John mentioned with Temple in 2011. He was the QB coach with the Lions in 2008. And then since 2019, he's been the head coach at Bowling Green. So a lot of experience in the coaching world, and he is now your quarterback coach of the Philadelphia Eagles. So Scot Loeffler, the new quarterback coach. Good stuff there. The Eagles are close to the conclusion of their staff. So pretty good stuff there. Johnny Mac, we're going to take a quick commercial break. Do you have a final thought there you want to get up?
Yeah, Bowling Green made it official that he's leaving the great Bowling Green State University. So, yeah, good breakdown. Michigan. Central Michigan as a coach, Florida, Temple, Auburn, Virginia Tech, BC.
Yeah.
As you mentioned, the Lions. Some of the quarterbacks he's went on to play in the NFL. Brady, obviously, Tebow, Brian Greasy, Chad Henne, Drew Henson, John Nabari, Logan Thomas, and Anthony Brown. Anyway, Yeah.
Wow, he
That's
coached
cool.
Tom Brady and Chad Henne in Michigan. Yeah, Jeff Kerr put that out. I like that.
Yeah.
That's a good name to
And
that's a good
Brian
name to
Greasy.
coach.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look at
Tim
Kenny P.
Tebow. Tim Tebow. Dual threat.
There you go. Somebody's got to do it. Kenny P. BGSU, baby. Decent party school. There you go, Kenny. Were you ripping up Bowling Green in your day, brother? I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
All right, good stuff. We'll get to a commercial break. When we come back, I do want to hit on a couple more draft. We're going to talk about the upcoming position groups that are coming up in the combine. We'll talk. I have a question also on Zach Bond. All right, what's the timeline of that look like? We'll talk a little bit about that and more on Birds 365 when we return. We appreciate all of you guys for being here. The breaking news was the Eagles hired their quarterback coach, so good stuff there. And we recap day one of the combines with 3 more to go of the Underwear Olympics. Tough watch. I like it, but it's a tough watch, no doubt about it. Let's get to our commercial break, and we'll return in 3 minutes on Birds 365. Before I do that, I'm going to tell you guys about the great people at BetUS. Go to betus.com.pa. That's betus.com.pa. They have the fastest payouts in the industry, and you can use the promo code YouTube150 to get a big sign-up bonus on your first 3 deposits. So it gives you 150% on your first deposit, 125% on your second and third deposit, all up to $2,000. So deposit less and bet with more at BetUS. Go to betus.com.pa. And a big thanks to them for sponsoring the show today. We'll be back in 3 minutes on Birds 360.